All right, it's good to have you join us again. Let's look at the top stories on the front pages of the newspapers this morning. The Nation reads, of course, the big story is on the governor's rally in support for devastated Borno flood victims. We brought you that report earlier, showing you pictures of several governors who went to Borno to see things for themselves and extend their sympathies to the government and residents. Nigeria to get 589 billion naira impact on health. Others with Britain, Tinubu, King Charles meet in London. That's the picture story as well there of President Tinubu and Prince Charles. Rain of tributes for Owabokun Aromolaro, who passed on Thursday in Osun State. 17 passengers missing as truck knocks bus into river at Ife. CBN demands monthly POS transaction reports. All these stories are right there on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Next is Voice of Liberty. Still, the Borno State disaster, as we see so far, is dominating the papers since it occurred. With yet another pledge of solidarity with the government and the people, and more importantly, a call for urgent global aid. 95% of marketers do not buy our diesel over low pricing. Over 100 Boko Haram terrorists perish in Sambisa forest as flood ravages enclave. That's also there on Voice of Liberty. Flights set to be grounded as workers announce fresh strike. President Tinubu meets King Charles III in London. And in Zamfara State, bandits block highway, abduct unspecified travelers, kill 5 policemen and 3 soldiers. All right, let's also talk about the story that has been trending from the Labour Party as Obi Yusufu LP leaders under fire over alleged misuse of 12 billion naira campaign fund. You can get all the details there on Voice of Liberty. Blueprint says, still on the Borno floods, dozens still trapped, missing. Residents in fear of loose animals. NEMA, Red Cross intensify rescue operations. Visiting governors urge humanitarian intervention. And elsewhere, 51 die, 18,755 displaced in Katsina, Jigawa states. On 50% deduction will address your grievances, President Tinubu assures airport unions. As supply of last resort, we stabilized petrol supply after subsidy removal. NNPCL says it's also calling for fact-based criticism. Naira volatility responsible for high petrol cost and not oil company. TUC boss retorts there. Osun monarch Aromolaro dies at 86. President Tinubu, others mourn. Daily Independent is next. 259 dead, 625,200 more displaced as 29 states battle floods this year. NEMA says search and rescue ongoing in flood-ravaged Borno, laments the crisis there as floods continue to ravage communities and farms. FG signs CTC practice directions to reduce costs in aviation sector. Ahead of the Edo governorship election, we will defend our votes with our blood. PDP vows, reiterates why it didn't sign peace accord with other parties and asks IGP, INEC boss to redeploy CP, the REC, and release arrested members. Of course, IGP reacts there, police will remain impartial and professional. New Telegraph. Still on the Maiduguri floods, many still trapped on rooftops. Over 400,000 households displaced, says NEMA. LP fired Julius Abure to avoid INEC's acts. We are aware of suffering, says APC Chairman's Forum, plans to meet President Tinubu as well as the APC leadership over the hardship in the land. Bandits kill 5 policemen, 3 soldiers in fresh Zamfara attack. All right, let's check out this Nigeria now. Food crisis hits Borno State. Refugee Commission says damaged bridges, roads hamper access to hospitals, schools, markets. 414,000 persons affected, 30 deaths recorded. Forex rates, energy prices will drive inflation in next 6 months, says CBN. Tension in Edo as 17 parties sign peace accord. PDP declines. INEC extends collection of PVCs to September the 15th. Up above the masthead, or just beside the masthead, I should say, Nigeria spends 3.2 trillion naira in the second quarter of the year. Record is said to be the highest, and the president expressing confidence in reforms. Finally, with me is Daily Trust. My wife, 5 kids still missing, Borno flood survivor says, I thought I'd die with my 6 children. Canoe operators collected 100,000 naira to rescue my ship. Yet another victim giving his experience. The Governors Forum visits the affected areas and donates 100 million naira, Fintiri 50 million naira there. And of course, picture stories of how canoes have now become the mode of transportation there in Borno State. APC State Chairman worried over hardship. 400 deported Nigerians arrive Abuja Airport from the United Arab Emirates. Bandits kill 3 soldiers, others in Zamfara abduct 4 at Katsina Hospital, and 30 die in Kaduna-Kano road crashes. Olamide, what do you have?
I have Nigerian Tribune with me here, and the big story is still on the Borno floods. 259 killed, over 1 million affected by floods in 29 states. That's according to NEMA. UN humanitarian agency allocates $6 billion for Borno, Adamawa, Yobe. Aviation workers to shut down airports September 18 reject 50% IGR reductions. NUT warns the federal government against unchecked commercialization of education in Nigeria. Southwest states arrive at plan of action to tackle food shortage. Zone sure of buoyant food harvest next season. Report to be submitted to Sanwo-Olu Forum Chairman. Tinubu, Adeleke, Oyetola, Oyinlola, others mourn as Aromalaron Owabukun of Ijeshaland dies at 86. On the Edo election, APC 16 others sign peace accord. PDP maintains stance, refuses to sign. Federal government signs CTC agreement to reduce airline operating cost. Bandits on motorcycles block Zamfara highway, abduct many. Nigeria signs partnership agreement with the United Kingdom, gets 589 billion naira support. Shetima receives Odua Investment Management, says no going back on Nigeria's digital revolution. These are the major stories on the front page of Nigeria Tribune. To the Leadership Friday, Edo 2024 stakeholders raise concern as PDP shuns peace accord. Abdusalami Committee warns against election violence. APC Labour Party others commit to peaceful conduct of poll. Our men will be professional. The police is reacting. Do not betray Governor Abdulrazak. Ilorin Emir warns appointees. Many still trapped in Borno flood. 6.95 trillion naira trade surplus, sign of growing economy. That's according to the president. Bandits killed 3 soldiers, 4 policemen in Zamfara. 400 Nigerians deported from UAE. The major stories on the front page of the Leadership. To the Guardian, the big story is still on the Edo election fragile. Peace deal stokes insecurity, apathy fares. PSC bars police officers from investigating land marital matters. Protesters demand release of detained PDP members in Edo. Allow dam repairs cost 762 million naira in 12 years, 26 million naira before collapse. Bandits block Zamfara highway, abduct travelers, kill soldiers. These are the major stories on the front page of The Guardian. To the Punch, opposition fares violence as PDP shuns peace accord ahead of a Edo governorship poll. INEC distributes final batch of PVCs today as poll holds next Saturday. Abdusalami panel Sales for Peace. PDP governors lose as NWC hands Wike's Rivers Control. That's a story there. NNPC Dangote I crude sale product buyback deal. NNPC team to monitor production at refinery. Tinubu governors Obasanjo mourn as Owal-Bokun joins his ancestors. U.S. consulting with Nigeria to counter terrorism. OPS rides the AGF over $2.4 billion forex contract breach. And manufacturers SMEs struggled as banks take over capital markets. Some stories on the front page of the Punch. So the platform Times to 100 million Nigerians at risk of NTDs, education, productivity under threats. That's according to a UNICEF report. Uncertainty as Daniel's influence looms over brother Adeoye's ambition in Shagamu. That's on the Ogun local government election. Police arrest fake inspector who leads armed robbery operations in Rivers State. 26,026 applicants fail CBT for temporary teaching job in Jigawa. Robert's father demanded quick burial after Davido's 2 million naira donation, PA tells the court. We will be forced to export 97% of our petrol. Dangote refinery wants, and Ogun Assembly passes power sector bill. Tragedy as vehicle crushes 2 students to death in Ondo State. A sad one there. These are the major stories on the front page of the Platform Times. The Nigeria News Direct. Nigeria gets 589 billion naira as federal government UK sign 8 agreements to boost education, governance, others. 3-year human assistance program receives 324 billion naira. As new agreement signals strong Nigeria-UK ties with focus on humanitarian economic developments. Ogun bans levies, the market moves to introduce price control mechanisms. Federal government signs international convention to facilitate ease of doing business innovation sector. Some stories on the front page of Nigeria News Direct. To the first news, marketers complain are diesel too cheap at 900 naira per litre. That's according to Dangote. Tinubu's reforms have increased hardship for Nigerians. APC is reacting. In 2027, Nigeria will reject Tinubu like they did military. That's according to Lukman. CBN orders payment providers to initiate POS transaction monitoring. Aviation workers to embark on protest September 18 over revenue deduction. APC other parties sign peace accord. PDP abstains. 30 dead, over 400,000 households displaced by Maiduguri flood. 21 travelers killed in tragic Abuja-Kaduna expressway accident. The major stories on the front page of the first news. To the Vanguard. NNPCL Dangote in Gritty House trading on petrol price. Price negotiation meeting continues today. It will be guided by PIA in accepting any price. NNPC is reacting. They will fail to buy from us. If they fail, rather, to buy from us, we will export, Dangote says. Depot owners have petitioned President Tinubu over diesel price. Federal government signs CTC practice direction to reduce cost of airline operations. 48 million Nigerians still practice open defecation. That's according to a UNICEF report. 400 deported Nigerians arrive Abuja from the United Arab Emirates. To the Nature News, Olu of Warri raises alarm as ocean submerges 2 towns. Primary school. Environmental activist bags 2024 Wellenberg Medal in the United States. Air Chief advocates stronger security for Kanji hydropower plant. Lagos government suggests eco-friendly food packaging to check pollution. The major stories on the front page of the Nature News. And finally, on the Sporting Life on the 2024 Summit transfer, PSG deny Osimhen, says we never contacted him. I could never reject Al Khulud's offer. Nigerian captain opens up on move to club. Ajibade helps Atletico Madrid claim win. It's on the La Liga opener and a Newcastle favourite to sign David in 2024. The major stories on the front page of the newspapers this morning, Kemi.
All right, Olamide, there you have it. All the stories, the papers, that is, we had quite a number this morning. So go on out, use your phone, your device, get all the information.